If you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you got played and some fat cat CEO or some two-faced politician is sitting around somewhere laughing about it. Because even though the government was supposed to take care of you and the school system was supposed to educate you and your corporate job was supposed to take care of you like you took care of them, as the old saying goes, if you don't look out for yourself, nobody else will. But you trusted them and you got screwed. Our school system and our workforce is broken. Most people never had a chance. Surveys show that most Americans don't even have $1,000 in their bank account. The middle class is dead. Jobs have either been replaced by software or shipped overseas, leaving you either way off or well off. Nearly 18 million students are enrolled at nearly 5,000 colleges around the country, borrowing up to $40,000 a year that they'll be paying off for the rest of their lives. Our society is systematically designed to keep you poor, and it's drilled into your head at a young age. Don't you remember the advice that you received? Be a good little boy or girl. Get good grades. Get a good job. Put money into your retirement account, and you'll be just fine. But the National Institute on Retirement Security reports that most people getting ready to retire have only $3,000 to $12,000 to their name. So what the hell happened? I'll tell you what happened. You got screwed, I got screwed, we all got screwed. We blindly trusted the government, huge corporations, and Wall Street fat cats, and we got left holding the bag. So if you've been stressing out about money, if you've been robbing Peter to pay Paul or living paycheck to paycheck, you can either shut this video off and pretend like you never saw it, you can just sit there and at least hope that they'll use lube as they screw you, or you can do something about it. It's totally up to you. Hey, what's up, my friend? This is Dave Sharp, and I'm launching a brand new program where you can duplicate my proven social media and internet marketing strategies to build a business and a lifestyle that you love. These days, there is no reason why you should not be making $2,000 to $20,000 per month with your own internet marketing business. There is no better way to make money, have fun, and live an awesome lifestyle with such low overhead and minimal startup cost. But why listen to me about internet marketing? My accomplishments include over $170 million in sales on the internet, over 300,000 customers worldwide. My videos, they've been viewed millions of times. I own all of my houses and my cars. I spend every day with my family. I have no debt in business or in my personal life. But most importantly, in the last 5 years, I've paid affiliates just like you over $100 million in commissions. But before we go any further, I just want to take a second and say, I'm sorry. I took some time off in 2014 to deal with some health issues after creating quite possibly more success stories than anything else in the history of affiliate marketing. And since I've been gone, I know that you've had to deal with a lot of crap. Whiz-bang, flash-in-the-pan products, software, and launches. Oh, the launches. Affiliate opportunities that are simply copycats of what's already been done. Shady leadership, boring offers, and lame marketing material, and events that are more like sleep studies than experiences. But I've got good news. The king is back. So what does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means that it's time to get ready to get some bank with your boy Dave.
Hey there, this is Coach Larry Beecham here at Legendary Marketer, Director of Training, and I want to welcome you to Legendary Marketer. In this video, my goal is to explain to you from A to Z exactly how Legendary Marketer works so you understand how you make your money. Now, I like to call this the hands-off money-making system, and by the time I get done scribbling on this board, you'll better understand what I mean by that. But let me begin with how we teach you to make money here at Legendary Marketer. We like to divide it up into 10% and 90%, and here's what I mean. In the total, we're going to just call this the work, okay? the work it takes for you to make money at Legendary Marketer, we're going to divide it up into two sections. This is 10% and this is 90%, okay? So I like to call this the division of labor, okay? Here's the division of labor. Over here is you, and over here is us, okay? So when I say it's you, what do you have to do in order to make money here at Legendary Marketer? Well, first of all, you have to drive traffic. In some of our other training videos, you're going to learn how to generate traffic to your affiliate link. The other thing that you do is personal development. In other words, you take seriously the fact that you're in business for yourself and you educate, as well as grow personally to make sure that your business has a chance to survive. That's your 10%, okay? But let's focus on this piece here because this is the bread and butter of business activity for you. Once you drive traffic to your affiliate link, and I'll just put down here a link, okay? You're going to be driving traffic to your affiliate link, which can be found in your back office. Now, once you do that, you're going to start to generate something called leads, which I'll talk about more in a little bit. But when that happens, when you start generating leads, that's it. There's nothing else you have to do. Here's what I mean by that. When you start generating leads, we take over from there. Here's what I mean by we take over. First of all, we provide you with a capture page or your own marketing website. We provide you with professional videos that you don't ever have to cut a video. We give you a complete back office, and this is for your customers as well. A sales funnel, which essentially is what you want to send all of your leads through in order for them to decide on Legendary Marketer. Professionally written emails. As a matter of fact, 45 days of emails go out to your customers. We also have merchant processing. So you don't have to go out and obtain any kind of credit card account in order to take payments. We also have human beings. In other words, we have a back-end structure that includes people to help you understand your business. We have tech support. So again, if there's anything technically that goes wrong with your business, if your customers have a challenge, we provide all that. What else do we provide? Lead tracking. We provide lead tracking. And there's a couple of other ancillary things that we offer, but do you see what I mean when I say that 90% of the work we actually do? All right, but the biggest piece of this that I want to focus on as a part of the 90% is sales. In other words, we are the ones that are responsible for helping you to actually make the money, right? This is what makes Legendary Marketer incredibly unique from anywhere else you could go, because we will absolutely crush it when it comes to selling it. So let me explain what I mean by that. We're going to dig into how this thing works in more detail. Remember, this is a hands-off money-making system, so here's what that means. So going back to what is your work, okay? Your work is traffic. Now, what does that mean exactly? That means that we have a marketers club in your back office, and you're going to figure out a couple of different ways to make money. A couple of different ways to drive traffic to your affiliate link. So that could be, you could decide on Facebook, and then under Facebook, there's free strategies and paid strategies. You can decide on YouTube. You can decide on Instagram. Maybe you want to get into blogging. Okay, maybe you want to do solo ads, our co-op, etc., etc. The list of options is plentiful. But the goal for any of these strategies that you might deploy is one specific thing, and as I've been saying it, and that is to drive traffic to your affiliate link. All right? So for example, let's say your affiliate link in the back office is 123larry.com. This is just an example. In your back office, you have an affiliate link. That affiliate link is your marketing website. That's all you have to do is go find it in the My Business section, all right? So you find your affiliate link and you begin to drive traffic to your link from one or several of these strategies that you deploy, okay? So that link is going to send someone to a website. That website is going to have a video, and it's going to have a little form here, all right? Now this form, which you all are familiar with, is where someone would give you their name and their email address. That, ladies and gentlemen, once that happens, is called a lead. All right? Now, once that person gives you their name and email, they become a lead. So you're going to start generating leads. Okay? So your traffic efforts, which is your 10%, is going to start generating leads. Now, let's say a couple of these people, oh, let me add this. When you get leads, they start to receive 45 days of professionally written emails. The goal of those emails is to incentivize them to come to our webinars, come to our daily call, look at documents, trainings, live events, you name it, but it's all designed to help you convert that lead into a customer, all right? So that being said, let's say that from this list of leads that you have here, this is Bob, okay? This is Tina, and this is Bill, okay? And Billy. And so these three people here from your list, sometime in the process of being in the email campaign, they end up saying yes to Legendary Marketer. In other words, they say, I want to participate in this opportunity. So Bob, Tina, and Billy all say yes to Legendary Marketer. Now what happens is this. Now that they said yes, they are a customer of yours. Okay? You're already starting to make money because they bought something from us here at Legendary Marketer. But this is where the real magic happens. This is where most people start to make the big money here at Legendary, understanding this process. So once that person becomes a customer, let me draw it down here for you, in case you guys can see that. Okay, once you get a customer, here's what happens, okay? That activates a massive machine on the back end for you, because the goal is for you to make as much money as possible as a Legendary Marketer member. So this new customer who just came on board, let's say it's Bob, okay? Bob now is a customer of yours. He bought one of our products. Here's what's going to happen. Number one, Bob's going to get a phone call from one of our in-house assistants. Hi, Bob, this is Joe. Welcome to Legendary Marketer. Wanted to make sure, number one, that you could log into your back office successfully. Second of all, that you were able to at least watch your first video in the 15 core steps. And number three, that you booked your game plan call with your coach to help you start making money. So every last one of your customers gets a live human being to call them on the phone and welcome them to Legendary Marketer. They're not just getting emails. They're not just getting that kind of stuff, which is you can get anywhere. We actually staff people full time to call every single customer that you generate. And you'll never have to pick up the phone and talk to them. Remember I said it's hands off? You're starting to see that now. So they're going to get a phone call, all right? And as I said, they're going to get encouraged to book a game plan call with their coach, all right? Now, the coach is a critical component to this process because the coach does two things on your behalf, all right? The first thing that the coach does, okay, you can see that. The first thing that the coach does is he takes your customer through an orientation process in our back office, and that's through those 15 core step videos. And the second thing that coach does for you is sell our big ticket items. I'll have to flip another page to explain all this for you. So let's talk about sales philosophy just for a moment. In order for someone to actually make a sale, typically, it takes anywhere from 5 to 12 touches for a sale to be made. And because 90 to 95% of our member base are amateur entrepreneurs, first-time marketers, or have limited experience, when a person starts a typical sales process, they die over here between 1 and 4 touches. And I would say 2 to 3 is the max. In other words, if a person activates the process and they get a no or they get whatever happens, they never really reach into the 5 to 12 touches because without realizing it, 80% of their money is within 5 to 12 touches, okay? It's in here, 80% of the money. Okay, 20% of the money is here, if they even get that far. So they're leaving the majority of their money on the table by not accessing this sales process. So we understand that here at Legendary, and David in his wisdom asked the question, if it takes 5 to 12 touches for the average sales process to conclude with a sale, how can I, David Sharp, empower my member base to get here? Because we know you can't get there on your own. Well, the answer to that is the coach. The coach plus our 15 core steps. So here's what I mean by that. So now remember, the assistant gave a phone call to your customer to welcome them to Legendary and to book the game plan with the call with the coach. Now, we have these 15 core steps. And this is what I like to call the orientation, all right? And there's a video series. So our assistant books a game plan call with the coach, and the coach gets on the phone with that person, and they've already seen video number 1. So what the coach does now is they unlock videos 2 and 3 in this example, okay? Okay, so they unlock videos 2 and 3, and they book a follow-up appointment with that person, okay? Now, just so you're following along, this is touch number 1, okay? Now, on that follow-up appointment, they're going to discuss what your customer learned on those videos. Answer questions, clear up confusion, and then they're going to unlock videos 4 and 5, okay? Then they're going to book another follow-up appointment. That's touch number 2, okay? Now, they're going to come back, and then they're going to discuss 4 and 5, and then they're going to unlock video number 6, and they're going to create a follow-up opportunity there, because this is now where we start talking about our licensing program, all right? Touch number 3. So at this point, your customer has now discussed with the coach these videos, and they've been introduced at this point to our licensing program, right here, okay? Now, in our licensing program, you have an opportunity to receive a 40% commission, okay, on the smallest licensed product. Okay, the smallest licensed product is a $2,500 sale, and you're going to make a 40% commission, which is $1,000. Now, here's an important question, which is the other part of David's brilliance and his philosophy here, and the mastermind behind all of this is, okay, so I'm getting ready to start solving the problem of this part, but let me also add in, how many of you have actually consistently and successfully sold a multiple $1,000 digital product online to make $1,000 or more? Well, we already know the answer is little to none or few to none of the people have ever done that, okay? So here's what David understands. We have coaches here that's what they do all day, every day. So here's a question. If you've never done it before successfully, or very rarely done it successfully, and the coach that's all they do all day long, and the 40% commission is the exact same, whether you sell it or try to sell it or the coach sells it, who should be selling it? I would say, and I think you would agree, the coach should be, because the coach is the professional. But the coach is also going through this process, right? So that's the other side of it. So now they're introduced to this license idea, and they're going to make a business decision. Now what's going to happen is the coach is going to create 3 other follow-up conversation opportunities. In other words, we typically show a person the licensing program, and they want to go out and locate the resources to do that. And it normally takes anywhere from another 2 to 3 conversations for that to happen, all right? So what I'm talking about is touch number 4, touch number 5, and touch number 6, right? So David has built into this process the number of touches that need to happen in order for you to get a shooting range, so to speak, striking range of actually closing a sale. But I want you to remember, where are you in this process? You're not. Okay, this whole entire process is the coach and your customer, not you. You're nowhere in this process. You don't need to be in the process, right? So now you have this situation set up where the coach has taken over the process and is walking your customers through the process of making a decision on whether or not They want to actually get the license or not get the license, right? And when they make the decision to say, yes, you're going to make a minimum of $1,000 commission when the coach actually does that. Every single time that happens. Not everybody's going to make this decision. It doesn't really matter. But here's what I also want you to understand. Some people, once they get to this point, it could take them anywhere from now, as in when they're talking to the coach, it could be 6 months later that person is in the process of communicating with the coach, coming to conference calls, webinars, trainings. It doesn't really matter. But think about it. If it takes 6 months for this person to make that buying decision and you're still not in the process and it's still the same $1,000 commission, isn't that brilliant? Isn't it brilliant to know that you don't have to jump involved in this process at all? You really don't even have to learn how it works. You don't have to develop the skill if you really don't want to. That's what the infrastructure of Legendary is all about. But if you don't understand all of this machine and all of this human contact and effort that's going on behind the scenes, you won't do what it takes to make the money. Which leads me to my final point on why you should absolutely get your license, okay? Remember, we're talking about the customer getting the license. So you're gonna have two choices once you get to the point of deciding on how much money you wanna make, okay? You can go with a license, okay? Or you can go no license, okay? So here's what happens, because people ask the question, how does this all work if I do or don't get a license? All right, but it all boils down to, what is your money goal? That's the first question. What is your money goal? Okay, so let's use $5,000 as an example, okay? So let's say you want to make $5,000 a month here at Legendary Marketer, all right? You got a couple of different ways that you can make that happen primarily, okay? Let's talk about the non-licensed way to do that. In other words, you decided that you yourself did not want to get the license. Well, let me tell you why that's a bad idea, but I'm gonna still walk you through what happens if you don't get the license. We have this thing called the product lock, okay? Now what that means is you get paid on whatever level you're qualified on at the time you generate your lead. Okay, so if you generate a lead on January 1 and you don't have a license, if that lead becomes a customer and they become a customer, they go through the process I just explained, and they decide to get a license, you will not be paid on that license, because at the time you generated the lead, you didn't have the license. And that's for every lead that comes in when you don't have the license, because you're locked on that lead at the level that you qualify for. You would only be qualified at the club level or at whatever level you're on. Okay, if you're at the $30 customer level, then when they become part of Legendary, when they become a customer, you'll get paid on that. But remember, when they became a lead, you were not a licensee at that time, all right? Now, conversely, if you had gotten a license and that person became a lead, okay, and then they became a customer at the $30 level, then they went through the process with the coach and they got the license, you would be paid because you were qualified at the license level when they became a lead of yours. All right, that being said, let's jump back into this explanation. So you decided that you didn't want to get a license, which means now that you're going to focus on making $18 commissions, because that is what it would mean. You would go out and start promoting our club membership and you'd make $18 on each sale, all right? All right, so let's say, actually just 18 bucks. Now, if they get the club membership, it is monthly, but the first sale is you make an $18 commission. But here's the question. If I'm not going to use the license in order to make $5,000 and I use just the club membership, how many people will it take for me to actually make this money? Well, the answer is about 277 sales a month that you have to make in order to make $5,000. And again, that's with no license. But I also want you to know there's no coach either, okay? In other words, it's now it becomes hands-on, okay? It's hands-on at this point because the coach is not involved in the process of the club membership. You have to rely exclusively on your traffic source, and you have to rely exclusively on our system in order to get that person in to the process. The coach is not involved in this part, okay? This is, again, the no license way to make $5,000, right? But if you wanted to make $5,000 with the license program, okay, so let's now talk about $5,000 with the license. Okay, remember, it's a $1,000 sale on our smallest licensed product, okay, which now means that in order for you to make $5,000, okay, you only need 5 sales, okay, per month to make that money, okay, and this is with the license, license, okay, and 100% coach involvement, okay? Okay, so we're right back to hands off again. So when you're in our Facebook group and you see the people getting congratulated for making a $1,000 commission, $2,000 commission, $3,000 commission, those people are not physically doing that. What they're doing is they're driving traffic, as I've been talking about, to their affiliate link. Those leads, percentage of them become customers, and then they activate the machine, which involves the assistant making the phone call to welcome them and booking that game plan call with the coach taking them through the 15 core steps down to step 6 and doing the follow-up process necessary to bring to them a decision to buy a license. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how this whole thing works. And if you truly want to make a life-changing income here at Legendary Marketer, it begins with your understanding of what I just explained. While you're at work, while you're at home, while you're on vacation, who knows what's going on. If you understand that all you have to do is drive traffic to your affiliate link consistently and persistently and get out of the way after that, you, my friend, can have a life-changing income. That's how it works here at Legendary Marketer. We have tons of coaches on staff here to handle any amount of volume that comes through the system. So you don't ever have to worry about will there be enough people to help you out. Trust me, you can't send enough business to us. We are prepared for any level of success that we can help you get. The question is, will you do what you need to do to get in position? So at the end of this video, just to kind of recap on what you should do now, number one, if you haven't gotten a license, I want you to go into your back office today, get in contact with your coach, and let them know you need to have a serious conversation about getting your license. That's number one. And secondly, you need to get serious about driving traffic to your affiliate link so that you can get those high-end commissions. And as I conclude, $1,000 is the smallest commission. The largest commission that you can make is $23,000 here at Legendary Marketer. All right? That is the range. You can go from $1,000 to $23,000 in commissions based upon your decision to empower the coaches to sell for you. And in case you're wondering, it doesn't matter how big or small the commission is once you get the license, it's still hands off. You'll never have to pick up the phone. You'll never have to do a follow-up call. You never have to email anybody. You'll never have to train them. You'll never have to do any of that kind of stuff. You'll never have to handle tech support if there's a need for it. You'll never have to coach them on how to learn a marketing strategy. When I say hands off, it's really that. It's so hands off, you don't even know who brought you into Legendary Marketer in most cases, because that person's name is not in your back office. It doesn't matter. We mean it. We're serious when we say hands off, right? Okay. So that being said, again, thank you for listening. I hope that this has been crystal clear on how all of this whole process works. Do yourself a favor, get in contact with your coach and tell them you're ready to get to the big money and you need their help. And now to get their help, you know what to do. Coach Larry, thank you for listening. Go forth in victory, and I'll see you soon. Take care and God bless.